What's poppin' YouTube? My name is Quinn and I am the coach of the Coal Valley Cobalion, and we are here for week number 1 of the WPF Delta Division. We are facing Galfano and his twin shot. I will insert a quick team builder right here. Alright, we got a matchup pulled up here. Galfano's team consists of Sneasler, Corviknight, Tyranitar, Terra Excadrill, Sylveon, Terra Chandelure, Thwackey, Alomomola, Kyurem, Alolan Raichu, and Komala. For week 1, we are opting for Terra Fighting on our Raging Bolt. It's a solid neutral striping into most of the team. It allows for us to have Stab Body Press, which is a roll to Oko, Max HP Tyranitar, and nearly Oko Excadrill. It's running Max Defense EVs with a Covert Cloak in order to soft check the Sneasler. It's able to take 2 close combats from Jolly non-boosting Sneasler without any chip. It also has enough speed to outspeed a minimum speed Chandelure. Likely it won't be coming into play, however it does guarantee that we should outspeed any Pokemon slower than Raging Bolt unless there's a lot of speed investment ran on it. Its move pool consists of Body Press, Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch. There are a lot of good revenge killers on Galfano's team that can threaten a Calm Mind Raging Bolt, so I figured that using it as a bulky pivot with offensive upside felt like it was the best use of our Terra Captain this week. Next up we have Greninja. We're running a mixed Life Orb Greninja this week with Protean, as just like Raging Bolt, there are multiple Pokemon that can easily revenge a Battle Bond Greninja. It has enough speed to outspeed Sneasler with max special attack, and the leftover E's put into attack. Its moveset is Gunk Shot, Low Kick, Dark Pulse, and Water Shuriken. It hits most of the team very hard with Water Shuriken instead of Hydro Pump to give it the ability to pick off a Sneasler or an Excadrill that are low in HP. Next up we have a bulky Dragon Dance and Gouging Fire, which hopefully will be what ends up winning us the game. It has enough speed to outspeed a non-boosted Sneasler with Dragon Dance, with a single Dragon Dance, and it has enough bulk to live 2 non-boosted Jolly Sneasler close combats, with the rest of the EVs put into attack. Turning moveset of Dragon Dance, Morning Sun, Flare Blitz, and Earthquake. I opted for Flare Blitz instead of Heat Crash because of the Kyurem. Heat Crash is only like 40 base power on Kyurem, so Flare Blitz gives us a better move to be able to hit it. Not very many Pokemon in this team are capable of flat out Oko and Gouging Fire with how bulky it is. So even with Flare Blitz taking up our HP, there are a few Pokemon that we're capable of Morning Sunning up on in order to keep it healthy enough to keep Flare Blitzing Galfano's team. And I opted for Earthquake over a Dragon move because of the possibility of a Flash Fire Terra Fairy Chandelure. I was originally thinking Dragon Claw, but then I realized that kind of a Chandelure absolutely hard walls any Gouging Fire that's just running stabs. So I wanted Earthquake to be able to hit a bulky Chandelure that is meant to deal with the Gouging Fire. Our first defensive Pokemon of the week is Kowalski the Empoleon. Rocking a moveset of Roost, Flash Cannon, Knockoff, and Flip Turn. This is our Kyurem check. Well, check in quotation because there isn't really very many Pokemon that actually check Kyurem. Empoleon is one of the best at it, however, Kyurem does have access to Earth Power and Focus Blast, both of which are very capable of 2-hit KOing Empoleon with the right item. With the Spit F Empoleon like we have, Earth Power is not 2-hit KOing if it is not a boosting item, as in like it would have to be like Expert Belt or Choice Specs, which I think is probably the most likely Choice Specs. I think it's very good into our team as we don't have Switch-ins. The one Switch-in we do have is Empoleon, which gets blown back with Choice Specs, so it's realistically there's not a lot we can do here. Chople Berry means that we can live a 2 Focus Blasts from a non-Choice Specs Kyurem. Since we can't really do much against Choice Specs Kyurem, I figured prepping for the best case scenario, which is a non-Choice Specs Kyurem, was the best use of our Empoleon this week. We're also bringing a bulky Mesprit this week, though physically defensive. This is meant to be our Excadrill switch-in. If it is Mold Breaker, Earthquake still hits us, but it's not doing a lot of damage because we are so fat. But realistically, with these it's going to be Sand Rush. Sand Rush is very good into our team, especially if it's like Terra. Realistically, like I'm expecting Terra Ghost or Dark with Terra Blast on it. I think that the Terra Fairy Chandler is probably going to be more of a show for Gouging Fire to keep it in check, and then it's going to be Terra Dark or Ghost Excadrill to beat the Mesprit. We've got leftovers to help out our longevity. It means that there's a couple of different rolls on Excadrill that are 2 KOs very slightly in their favor. So leftovers is able to nullify those a little bit. Rock moveset of Stealth Rock, U-turn, Psychic Note, and Healing Wish. The goal is hopefully to be able to use Raging Bolt to check this Sneasler, keep it in check, and then later in the game, if Raging Bolt is low, I can get Mesprit in on Excadrill, Healing Wish it back up to full, or it could also be used for like an Ursaluna if we keep Ursaluna alive long enough to be able to take the Healing Wish and maybe win with the set that we have. There's a lot of options for Healing Wish. It's just really nice to be able to trade Mesprit for full health on one of our offensive threats. If he thinks that he's killed one of them, but it's still on very low HP, we can easily bring it back in after Healing Wish, and then it's just right back to square one, which I think is phenomenal, especially with how threatening our offense is in general. And our final Pokemon, as I slightly alluded to, we have Ursaluna. Ursaluna is our dedicated lead. It's a great offensive matchup in the most of the team. So we're going to lead with the Swords Dance set with Earthquake, Drain Punch, and Thunder Punch to try and punch a hole in it early. It's got enough speed to outspeed a slow Corviknight, which means that it should outspeed everything below Corviknight as well. If it's fast Corviknight, then we get an attack on whatever comes in, which is still good. So it's just overall, it's very strong into his team. The worst case scenario lead matchup for Ursaluna is obviously the Kyurem. The Kyurem is a huge problem. If Kyurem leads, we have to immediately switch out. There's really nothing we can do about it. I'm also a little bit worried about Corviknight or Alomomola leading and clicking Swords, leading and then trying to click Swords on them just pivoting out into, like, flip turn or U-turn out into the Kyurem. That's also a major issue. But I think overall the pros definitely outweigh the cons with our leader Ursaluna. Anyways, that's the team. That's the thoughts behind the team. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the battle. So from the team preview, he knows that I have Terra Fighting Raging Bolt. I know that he has Terra Dragon Excadrill, which is not what I was expecting, and Terra Fairy Chandelure, which was what I was expecting if it came. Alright, we have fun found. Good luck, have fun. Bono. Do it with 6 we got here. So we know Chandelure is here, Excadrill's here. Sneasler, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Kyurem, Chandelure, Alomomola. No Corviknight is interesting, but I understand it. I think that our play is still to just lead the Ursaluna, though it is a bit scarier than I had been anticipating. I was hoping to see Corviknight to be able to set up on the Corviknight switch-in for Ursaluna. I mean, he doesn't have good switch-ins to Ursaluna in general, outside of it's Alomomola, which does switch in well, and the Regenerator is annoying. It can just flip out on me, but it makes it a lot easier to break through. If we see Aloe lead, I probably just click Earthquake, honestly. Like, there is not an Earthquake resist on this team without Corviknight, so Aloe does take it pretty well, but it's still going to be doing solid damage. I'm hoping to see probably Tyranitar lead. Chandelure depends on what kind of a set it is. This isn't quite what I was expecting. Okay, go ahead and submit. Alright. No Corviknight does kind of throw me for a loop. The rest, like, I understand the 6 Mons, I didn't see him not bringing Corviknight into a Ursaluna. Though Frizdef Alomola can deal with it pretty well. And if he has Fairy Chandelure, Butterbird, Sneasler, okay, that's fine. Realistically, this thing might click Close Combat. I'm just gonna click Earthquake. I have no reason not to click Earthquake. This thing specifically is choppable 2 live hits from this. The fact that he led with it makes me think it's definitely not Unburdened. It's like probably Scarf or Banded. We do pretty easily live one from both of those. So we're just gonna be clicking Earthquake. He clicks Toxic Spikes. Okay. That makes sense. Not quite what I was expecting. That's not great, honestly. Or if it's, I guess probably Sash then. It is Sash. That was a crit. Okay, doesn't matter. So it is Unburdened. It's a Sash lead Unburdened. This is not what I was expecting the Sneasler to be at all. I still click Earthquake. Honestly, I could... No. I don't want to switch into anything else yet. So this is... I take about half from this thing. It's probably adamant if it's Sash lead. So I take just a hair over half. I don't really want to switch into this close combat. Like, Mesfrit could. I don't really want to take that damage. Same with Gouging Fire. I'm fine with just trading this. Trading for this neither is nice, even the toxic spikes are annoying. Let's go ahead and click Earthquake again in case he switches for some reason. Okay. This is fine. Kyurem is very free here, which is the concern. But, I mean, yeah, Toxic Spikes does make sense. My Poison's Arbok. My removal is Bramble Gas, which didn't really have a great matchup here. So I completely get it. It's not what I was expecting. It is a little bit annoying for sure. Right, that's what it was for. So I'm assuming now is going to be the Kyurem. Yeah, Kyurem comes in. That's fine. Either way, I have no reason not to go Kowalski. The Empoleon. This is what this is meant for. I don't need to sack this thing yet. It's still good, especially if I get the guts. I get the guts boost on switching, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna go out into Empoleon. He clicks Earth Power, that's fine. He clicks Focus Blast, that's fine. I get information on whether it's specs or not. Realistically, he probably if anything, he clicks Focus Blast, I think, because it's pretty safe into both, which is fine for this double. If he has Focus Blast, I could very well see it not having Focus Blast, opting for Earth Power instead. But in that case, it would need to be specs in order to kill us. Okay, we get the Empoleon in. What does he click? He clicks Ice Beam. Perfect. So, if he's Choice, I do get a strong... Oh, yeah, no Sylveon is actually nice, too, because that means... Okay. I was a little bit worried about Sylveon, honestly, because it does deal with the Raging Bolt pretty well. I think I just click Flip Turn. I don't think he stays in. He probably just goes Aloe. I could also click Knockoff. If he's like Earth Power, can I check if that's I'm guessing it's probably not specs from that damage. Ice Beam does 10 to 12. It did 31. It's not spexed. Yeah, that's not spexed. That was like a max roll, unless it's modest. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Flip Turn, honestly. He doesn't stay in, yeah. My guess is he goes Aloe. I could have clicked Knockoff as well, but I don't mind this because I get a free Raging Bolt switch in. He goes T-Tar. Okay. That's fine. That's a lot of damage. Is that not a lot of damage? It does 28 to 35, actually. Okay. Honestly, this thing... I should be faster. I kind of just want to go out into... Ursaluna and click Earthquake. I could go Pop Terra Fighting. I don't need to yet. Yeah, no, I just go out and this thing's meant to break the team. I just break the team. I don't think it kills me with anything because I don't have an item anymore. Maybe if it's like Ice Beam or something, a special variant, it could. I mean, if it's banded, it could with like Ice Punch or Earthquake. No, Earthquake isn't killing. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go out into Ursaluna. I click Earthquake. Aloe coming in will take Sand Chip and it'll take Earthquake, and with me being poisoned, it's gonna take a good amount. I take it first turn? I thought I took it after. Okay. Alright, it doesn't matter. I click Earthquake. I could click Drain Punch, but then I'm taking Rocky Helmet Chip if it's Rocky Helmet. And it's doing a lot less, so I don't think it's worth it. I think I just click Earthquake. Because with me being poisoned, I'm doing almost half with Earthquake if it's physically defensive, so I'm just gonna click Earthquake. Okay, he does switch. I'm assuming the Aloe has to come in, right? Chandelure comes in. Is it Air Balloon? It's Air Balloon. Okay, that's a good bring. I mean, Drain Punch would have been worse anyways. Alright, well, this information on this, I get a little bit of chip as well. Okay. This is Terra Fairy. I am specially defensive in Empoleon. With it not being choice specs, I could probably switch Empoleon in okay. Keeping this thing around is nice for pressuring things, if I can afford to do it. It's not choice specs. Fire Blast is doing 37 to 44. If he tricks me an air balloon, I'm fine with that. He could also make a double out into like Excadrill. I think that's pretty risky though in the event that I sack it, because he doesn't know what my last moves are. I think Empoleon is pretty safe. Because if I did like 8, I should be able to live 2 Fire Blasts. Maybe if it's modest I don't, but I think it's a chance I'm willing to take. Keeping this thing around is really nice because it does put a lot of pressure on Alomomola and on Tyranitar. Okay, he does Terra Fairy, so it's not Terra Drill, which is really good. That means that Mesprit deal with Drill a little bit, or Mesprit can switch into Drill a little bit better. I was worried about like Ghost or Dark. Okay. So in the he cannot stay in. He will get his balloon popped. He could go Aloe. He'd probably go. I don't think he goes hard Kyurem now that he's Fairy. I'm just gonna Roost, honestly. I want to keep this thing healthy. Yeah, he doesn't stay in. Where does he go? He could go. I don't think he goes hard Drill. Probably Aloe. It's Aloe. Okay, that's fine. I get full Roost. He's probably gonna slow Flip turn. I should be. I didn't make the 0 IV. I meant to make it 0 IV so that I guaranteed undersped. I did not. So he could very well slow Flip turn out in front of me. I'm gonna click knockoff in case he's not slower. Yeah, no. Yeah, if he's knockoff, I get an item off of something, so I don't mind this. I'm just gonna click knockoff. I think it's a pretty safe overall play. Get rid of. Okay, he is slower. It was Rocky Helmet. Okay, that's nice to get rid of. He probably clicks flip turn. He clicks flip turn. That's fine. I'm assuming he's gonna go Drill now. Hell, that should be probably Drill, right? It is Drill. Okay. Sandstorm did subside though. So Mesprit is taking, I'm assuming X Scissor. That's the strongest move that should have to hit me. X Scissor or like Throat Chop both do. Yeah, neither of them do over unless it's like Life Orb. Or it could be Adamant, I suppose. It probably is Adamant actually. Adamant, yeah. It'd have to be like Adamant, Life Orb, or like an Expert Belt or something. So Mesprit should be a pretty safe switch in here. If he switches in, that's fine. He doubled. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind shuffling around. Okay, that's Kyurem, right? It's Tyranitar. That's fine. That makes sense. So, from the damage, how much did this thing take? Let's see how much it took from that flip turn. That tells me a lot if it has bulk or not. That did a lot. Okay, I don't think this thing has bulk. Yeah, I don't think this thing has much bulk. I just sack. I think I'm just gonna sack Ursaluna here. This thing's pretty fast from the seams of it. If it is fast, I can't outspeed it anyways, and I don't want to take a bunch of chip on the Mesprit. Ursaluna gives me a free switch into my Raging Bolt so that I can click the Terra Fairy Body Press, which is nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna sack the Ursaluna here. It's that flip turn did a lot of damage. I'm thinking it's pretty fast. It didn't kill, but we died of poison, unfortunately, which is fine. Yeah, we're gonna go out into Raging Bolt here. Okay, it's at the end of a turn, then that's what happens. So I think that Terra Body Press should be pretty free here. The Aloe will switch in, but it doesn't really want to. I mean, it should take still a sizable amount, like a somewhat sizable amount. Like around 20%, I think. 15 to 20 is not bad, honestly. I think I just go Terra Fighting Body Press. I could click Draco, but in the event he stays in, I don't really want to do that, so I'm just gonna click Draco. The Cobra Cloak on this thing is pretty useless though, with the Sneasler not being an like a more offensive set. I mean, it was an offensive lead, but like I was more worried about Sneasler late in the game, so this thing's kind of opened up a little bit, as that's what it was pretty much meant to deal with. He stayed in, so I should kill this thing. If it has a lot of speed, it might outspeed me, but it would be... Yeah, it might outspeed me, it's possible. Okay, I do outspeed, and I should kill this thing. I mean, if it's Choppable, it might not die. It's not Choppable, it just dies. Cool. At this range, I don't think anything can kill me. I am taking a lot of chip though between poison and sand, which is annoying. 18% per turn. Excadrill is the switch in. This thing doesn't kill me. If I can like just keep this thing alive, like I don't mind trading, because if I trade here, if I trade damage on this for the drill, he could hard switch out into... Yeah, no, he doesn't do very much damage. He could hard switch out into... He can't Terra. He could hard switch out into Alomomola, which isn't the best thing for me, but it's not awful either. Like, this Body Press almost kills this Excadrill. It's very much so in range of Shuriken. So I think that it's worth it, especially with having Healing Wish in the back to get the damage off now. I could also Draco. That's not the worst play. It does about half to drill, and it covers an Alomomola switch. Because then it would be in range of Body Press later. Honestly, I think Draco's a pretty safe... I think there's a decent chance he doubles... Nah, what's his Body Press? Okay. That's a lot. That's banded. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay. So then this dies, doesn't it? Or it's going to be very, very low. It didn't die. It's very low. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Raging Bolt's very low, but that's fine. It's Life Orb, so if it clicks a hit on Mesprit, it dies. So I'm just gonna go hard Mesprit. I don't mind trading. Like, this thing does really good for me. The Alomomola is obviously a worry, but with having Raging Bolt alive makes it a lot less scary. It's very possible to deal with. He clicked Earthquake. Perfect. You know, this might be a little bit risky. I might take the chance to get my rocks up. If that Kyurem is like Scarf, well, getting chip on the Chandler is very good because the Chandler is a problem. But if that Kyurem is Specs or Scarf, getting rocks up is really good. This Excadrill shouldn't be able to KO me with the leftovers up. If it's Life Orb Adamant, it might be able to. Well, also, if it has a super effective move, is what's important. If it's not, then it definitely doesn't. If it has, like, X Scissor, which is very possible, it's a roll, but it would also die, so I like getting my rocks up. Okay, clicks Iron Head. So he dies here. Hopefully I don't flinch and I get my rocks up. That would be nice. Perfect. Alright. Rocks are up. There's more residual chip on the Chandelure and on the Kyurem if it's not Boots. Which, that could be Scarf Kyurem. It probably is Boots with it not being Specs. I thought Specs was pretty free here. But I understand it being Boots as well. Mesprit and Empoleon are both pretty good rockers. And I have like the Sticky Web option that's realistically coming. Maybe it might come. We'll see. But yeah, I think we're in a pretty good position here, honestly. Okay, that's the Kyurem, right? And that's the Chandelure. Okay. I should be able to live 2 hits from this. That flamethrower did not do very much damage. So this is max special attack. Yeah, that does 30 to 36. I should easily be able to tank 2. The only thing would be if he clicks like Shadow Ball and gets a Spadef drop, that would maybe be a bit dicey, but I should still be able to live. And then Flash Cannon should just smoke it. And it's probably not... I mean, the Kyurem could still be annoying. I'm gonna go out into Empoleon though. He doubles. Okay. Does he double the Aloe? If he does, that's fine. That's the Kyurem. They take rocks. It does take rocks. Okay. So that's not specs damage. It's probably Scarf, realistically. I don't know what else it would be. Maybe like Chopple or something, but if it's not Boots, it's probably Specs or Scarf. That's not specs damage, so I'm guessing it's Scarf. I think if it clicks Focus Blast and it's Scarf, I don't want to waste my opportunity. It's 53 to 63 with Flash Cannon. I mean, if it's Scarf Earth Power, yeah, I don't want to risk. Knocking off also is not a bad play. But if he clicks, like, if he locks into Freeze Dry, or if he locks into Earth Power, I can go Mesprit. If he locks into Freeze Dry, I can go out into Gouging Fire and be okay. Or even Mesprit also could work. Oh, I could actually, yeah, no. Honestly, I think I just go, do I want this thing alive? I Flash Cannon for damage. Because then it takes rocks. Okay, that's fine. Are you going Aloe, I'm assuming? That's Aloe. Okay. That's fine. He takes rocks if he comes back in. Like, I get a little bit of chip on this. And then I can roost up the full. No, I'm perfectly fine with this. Because this thing can't really touch any. It can't really touch me. I do get a Spadef drop. I just roost, honestly. I just roost back the full. If he flip turns, that's fine. He has a really hard time beating Empoleon at this point, which is really good for me. He wished. Okay, he is wish. Okay, he could protect. I don't think he protects. I think he flip turns, knowing he's slower. Probably into... I mean, he could go into either, honestly. I think I'm at full health. I can pretty freely flip turn out into Mesprit. I'm fine with this. It's a tiny bit of chip, but it's going to get it all back, but that's fine. But I don't mind the Mesprit coming in. The Mesprit coming in allows me to then go right back out into the Empoleon. Like, I'm pretty much in a standstill right now, but I don't really mind it. I'm not losing anything from this. Realistically, he flip turns. He's probably going to go out into Chandelure first. Fine. I pretty much get that back with leftovers. Like, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, he goes Chandelure. He gets health back. That's fine. I will say the air balloon is very annoying. I did not think about air balloon coming. That's very annoying. Because it means that Gouging Fire right now cannot touch it. That's a great ring. Yeah, I'm a little bit below where I was. But I just go back out into Empoleon. I don't lose anything. I've got no reason to make a risky play when I'm basically just in a stalemate. He did not switch. He's Calm Mind. Okay. So he's at +1. This thing doesn't have a way to heal itself, so Chandelure is at +1. Now it's respect, so it's Flamethrower. That does about half. Flash Cannon to Terra Fairy. Depends on like the bulk, but it's doing about half. Honestly, I think I just flip turn to break the substitute, or to break the air balloon. Yeah. It did just over half. Okay. This is not the best thing for me, but I broke the air balloon, which is really important. I can go out into Greninja and click Gunk Shot. This thing is annoying. And I missed. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay, thank God. I thought I missed. I forgot about the protein animation. Okay, the chandelier is gone, which is really, really good. Yeah, I should be able to... I'm in an okay spot. Yeah, I'm in a fine spot. I just need to get Mesprit in on the Alamamole, and I can Healing Wish the Raging Bolt back up, and the Raging Bolt should be able to win. Yes. Yeah. Okay, this is the Kyurem, right? Yes, the Kyurem. Alright, this thing I know is Specs. I'm fine sacking the Empoleon because it means I get the Mesprit for free. If he clicks the Ice move, Mesprit should easily live, and then I can Healing Wish the Raging Bolt and win. So I just sack the Empoleon. I have no reason to predict the Earth Power, even though that is probably what's coming out here. Realistically, Fuse Ray is just as likely because it's gonna do a lot to this thing. I could have also just stayed in and clicked. Oh, that might have been the better play. Actually, it might have been staying. It might have just been the better play. Actually, no, it definitely was because the Greninja doesn't game me anything. Okay, it worked out. All right, I'm just gonna flip turn. Yeah, I just flip turn. I have no reason to click Roost. He has to switch. Actually, I could just go hard out into Raging Bolt at this point, right? It's pretty clearly physically defensive. There's no T-Spikes up. Raging Bolt at 87 HP. That's a 20. Actually, no. I'm gonna die after 2. I go Mesprit, I Healing Wish. Healing Wish the Raging Bolt back to full. This feels like the safest game plan. Like, I could be completely wrong, but to me this just feels like the safest way to win this game. I do get repoisoned, but it's on entry, but yeah. Okay. So he could flip turn on, he could go hard, he could also flip turn. Either way, I'm not in a bad spot. So his Scarf, yeah, Specs doesn't even, Specs is a roll to kill, so Scarf shouldn't kill. So I can pretty safely just click Thunderbolt and I should be fine. Or I could Draco. Actually, no, Draco's safe for Draco kill Alum. Yeah, no, Draco's fine. Draco's killing Alum. If he hards. Because Aloe can't do anything to this. Draco's safer overall. Okay, he hard switched. So Draco nukes this. So I definitely clicked the right play. Cool, we hit. And then I should just be able to win with T-Bolt. Like, I'm at -2, but also Aloe is taking a lot. It takes over half if it's max HP. I can always Bolt. Actually, I could just Bolt switch too. I mean, this thing shouldn't be able... It'd be Mirror Coat. Actually, Mirror Coat could be annoying. So yeah, no, we Volt Switch in case it is Mirror Coat. And then sack the Empoleon. We go Empoleon. Okay. Yeah, no, T-Bolt definitely was not killing. It never kills, which is fine. If it is Mirror Coat, we go Empoleon, sack it. If it's not, then we just click Flip Turn and go back out into the Rage Bolt, and we win. Okay, he just wishes. That's fine. T-Bolt should kill this thing. And if it doesn't, then it puts it in range of Dark Pulse. So we just flip turn. Yeah, because in that situation, Mirror Coat's the only way that I lost this game, I'm pretty sure. So we go out into Raging Bolt. I guess Alluring Voice play rough. Okay, that's a little bit annoying, but I'm max physically defensive, so. Alright, T-Bolt should be able to kill this thing. And that's the game. Let's go. All right, we're off to a good start this season. Starting off with a 4-0 win, which is very good. Good game. Great game. That was a lot of fun. I'm so excited to use this team. This team is so cool. I'm a little bit sad that the Gouge Fire didn't get hit the field, but that Chandelier completely shut it down. That's such a great set. I fully expected it to be Flash Fire with Terra Fair if it came. I didn't think about Air Balloon. That's a bit of an oversight on my part, but it makes perfect sense. So. Yeah, GG's. Make sure you check out the coaches in the description. That's all for me. That's all I got this week. I'll see you next Friday. We take out the Dashing Sceptile, who actually have a little bit of history with, because he's one of the few people that I've met in person, which will be cool. I don't think we've never actually played a Draftling game though, so there's gonna be some decently high stakes for this one, regardless of how his week 1 turns out. So that's all for me this week. This is Quinn, signing off.